But sometimes people like to spin when they pass by to and from their house. So I thought, let me get closer to the road. So I stood here.
Oh, okay.
Here is the S14 lines right there.
S14 lines right here?
Yeah, it doesn't matter in Ingress.
Your email right away.
Okay, this was the monument where Daniel Boone killed the bear. Took a picture to try to get the actual carving.
That right there.
Yeah, and in a few 8 weeks or however long it takes to get through OPR, I'll get another email that'll say it was either approved or rejected.
Yo, what's up you guys? It finally happened. So the biggest reason why I haven't made that video until now is to give you guys in this video, I want to make sure it's correct and it's actually going to help you out. And Tim, who's been submitting all these portals, have got a number of them approved, and it gave us a better idea on what they're looking for, what will be approved. The point of the video is to maximize your chances to get your submissions approved, because there's some things that you need to understand about Pokestops before you even submit. S2 cells are used to map out the 2D world, and each cell has serves a purpose in Pokemon Go. We won't go too much into detail about that because it's just too much. EX eligible gems are parts that are found in S13 cells. The common findings are 1 Pokestop per S17 cells. The number of gems is determined by how many objects there are in an S14 cell. When the number of Pokestops meets the requirement for a gem to be made, the oldest Pokestop in the S14 cell will become a gem. That's why Tim and I chose these parks in the S14 cell, because as we looked in the map, we found that these parks only have 0 Pokestops or 1 Pokestop. Right, let's check out this first location. Okay, so let's see where we're at right now. Oh, okay, it's a little bit different than where Tim put it. So the Pokestop that Tim put down right here is the playground. As you can see, the playground picture, but okay, so where is this at right now? Okay, so it's not exactly where Tim took the, oh, it's close, it's very close. Okay, so it's like right here, we're like right, okay, oh, they really did put it, okay, they really did put it at the playground right here. And the Pokestop seems to be right on the line. No, it looks like it's on the line, but no, it's on one side of the S14 cell. So it is in one S17 cell. It's not exactly touching the S14 cell though. That's in a separate cell. So this park is separated to S14 cell. It runs in the middle of the park, the blue line you can see. It runs not in the middle, but like if you look on Google Maps, the S14 line goes down right here. Down this line right here. And you record the basketball court over there. And if that one gets approved, then this right here is going to be a gym. Just want to elaborate a little bit more on the significance on having the basketball court becoming a Pokestop, because when that happens, it will mean that the S14 cell will have 2 objects, and 2 objects means the oldest Pokestop, the playground, will become a gym automatically, and we know that because it's the only location there. But if the Pokestop gets moved to the Daniel Boone tree, it will only be a Pokestop, because that line that I was pointing out in the video means that, you know, if something's on one side of that line, that means it's going to be in its own individual S14 cell. It'll be 1 Pokestop. It'll be 1 object and 1 S14 cell. And the playground, because it's on the other side, it will be counted as the same. So it will only have 2 Pokestops, even though it's in the same location. So something to think about. Here's the dilemma. Basketball courts are a little on the fence with getting approved, but monuments always more than likely get approved because they're in a public area. Oh man, it's just too beautiful and too windy today. Think I gotta go home and talk about this. Yeah, let's go. Last thing I want to do is to reshoot this. What's up guys? Just got home, a lot of important things to cover just to make sure that there's no misunderstandings. So I'll go over it right now. S14 cell is where S17 cells are kind of divided up into, because S17 cells, the smaller, there can only be 1 Pokestop per S17 cell. So by looking at S14 and S17 cell, you can see which S17 cell is empty, and then that's where you want to start off for choosing a location. So what determines a Pokestop becoming a gem varies depending on how many Pokestops, total objects, are in the S14 cell. If there's only one Pokestop in an S14 cell, that is the oldest one. So if you were to get another Pokestop approved in an S14 cell, the oldest one will be a gem. So 0 to 1 objects will yield out 0 gems. 2 to 5 objects, so 2 to 5 Pokestops will have 1 gem. The 6th submission to be approved for a Pokestop, the second oldest of the 5 Pokestops or objects in the S14 cell will become a gem, a second gem. 6 to 19 objects get 2 gems. Okay, so no one has found an S14 cell that has more than 26 objects and more than 3 gems. That has been just the current findings. So using everything that we know already, let me show you my process on how I choose a location to make a Pokestop. You can go to settings, and when you go to visual, you can click on S2 cells. It gives you 14 and 17. Larger area, but that is highlighted in green is S14. So first off, when we look at a location on the map, we look in the S14 cell. Are there any other Pokestops in there? Since there's not, I see only one, and it's at a park. And then I look at the S17 cell now. So we know that this, first off, we know that this Pokestop is the oldest Pokestop because it's the only Pokestops at this S14 cell. So that's good already. We know which one is going to become a gem, which is this one. If we get another Pokestop, this kind of give us a little more, freedom, I guess, because technically we can have any kind of location around this area become a Pokestop. If there's like it is like a church somewhere on this side right here on Taro Court, just using an example, we can make that into a Pokestop, and then this one will still be an EX eligible gem because it's still in an S14 cell. Anyways, this is kind of like an easy example. I don't want to go into too much. You know, of course, like when you see something like this location right here in this S13, in this S14 cell, you know, there's 3 Pokestops, and this is the 4th object. So we need to have 2 Pokestops approved in this area to have another gem in this S14 cell. But, you know, the problem is we don't know which of these Pokestops is the oldest one. It could be in a really bad area, or it can just be in a good area. We don't know. It's a gamble. So that's why when I choose location, I try to find places with just 1 Pokestop or 2 Pokestops. Something that's not going to like confuse me on which one is going to be a gem or not. So going back to this park, was it Skyview Park? We know that this is going to be EX eligible gem if we can get another Pokestop submitted in this S14 cell. Okay, this is the front of the park. It's the City of San Diego Officer Christopher Wilson Memorial Park. That's good right there. We know that it's in front. And we know that it's in the grass because we can see it in the map. Where's that? Come on, pop down. Okay, it's way in the grass. We're in a safe area. We're in the grass. If say it was in this kind of gray, this kind of brownish, tannish area, that's the problem because that means that it's gonna be a gem, but it's not gonna be an EX eligible gem. So pick and choose whatever you want. As long as if you're happy with another gem, that's cool. You know, not all the submissions that you do have to have an EX eligible gem. You know, so back to the point. Now let's look at this park because the problem is, okay, I'm looking from Skyview. The problem maybe that you might face is that there's nothing else at the park. There's no basketball court, there's no playground. It's a blank green area, which could face a lot of problem because you have nothing to report as a Pokestop. But the hopefully it won't have this kind of issue. So we have to avoid the very corner of the park, or the very corner of the playground when we submit the GPS location. Because again, we have to get it into a different S17 cell. If we were to submit this playground, we'll probably, I would probably take it like from either this side view right here, and then have the GPS location probably a little bit on this side to keep it safe so it's not going into this S17 cell, to make sure that I have enough room that I won't cross. Yeah, it seems like I'm pretty safe. I got a lot of room. Yeah, okay, I got a lot of room. As long as it's not like touching right here, I should be okay. So I could stand in the middle, and then for safe measures, I'll probably submit this one as well. Whatever picture that the person who is approving your submission, they might feel one or the other. So it doesn't hurt to try. And then for safe measure, I'll take a picture of the basketball court because, let's see, let me double check. Oh, okay, basketball court is, wait. So what I would do is I'll take a picture of the basketball court from this angle, or I'll take a picture from this angle watching out, and then I'll probably stand in the middle of the basketball court to just get to get the GPS location. And by doing that, I'm in 3 different S14 cells. Yeah, it's good to go. So, and just have to play the waiting game. Alright, now let's jump into like the criteria of Pokestops, some strategies on how to take a picture and submit your Pokestop locations. I'll leave a link to everything in the description below so you can click on it yourself. Now we need to see what will get approved. Let's go through it and let's see what they're looking for. Some of you guys may notice already, so a location with a cool story, a place in history, or educational value. An interesting piece of art or unique architecture, statues, paintings, mosaic. Alright, so one of the easiest way to get your submission approved is by submitting a playground. First off, you don't just write playground because there's a million different playgrounds. When you submit things, you have to be as specific as possible. A good way to do that is by entering the location name. So this location is called Parkside Park Large Playground, and the description is colorful playground for bigger kids age 5 to 6. Now one of the most important key part about taking a picture here is you make sure that there is no kids or people in any of your pictures. Let's move on. It's a little too windy right here. One thing you do have to be careful of is water fountains are kind of tricky, because the way how you take a picture of it and where the water fountain is will matter. So this is a Pokestop that's in Balboa Park. It's a giant water fountain. It is unique in itself where when you take the picture, you know which way you need to go for Balboa Park. If you see this giant massive building, which is also a Pokestop, you know that this fountain is going to be next to it because it's in the same picture. So you know where to go. Or for example, this water fountain that got denied, even though it's in a public location, the camera that the person used compresses the background, so like it seems like the buildings are super close by to the fountain, and the picture itself is very close to the fountain, but like it doesn't show you where it is. One of the things you have to keep in mind is that when you see this Pokestop or this picture, can you tell where to go? Basically, all Pokéstop nomination must have a pedestrian access, otherwise they will be rejected regardless of the quality of the Pokéstop. Historical benches are no longer approved unless you live in a small town where there's nothing else around. If you live in an urban city like New York, San Francisco, it's not gonna be approved anymore because there's too many. If you live in the middle of Kansas, then you're more likely gonna get this approved because that part will be like the only historic bench there and everyone in the town would know where to go. Light installations, what the fuck is that? Adult-oriented stores or services. There is somewhat of a gray line with that because if you own and for people who own local businesses like myself, there are exceptions because if your town is like a Springfield, I'm just using Simpson as a reference. Down Main Street there's a bar called Moe's, and that is a hot spot for tourists or for locals as well. That will still be eligible for a Pokestop location because it is individually owned. It promotes tourism. One thing you have to keep in mind is that you have to give a proper reason, and you have to say more than it's just a hot spot location because everybody's gonna say that place is a hot spot location. If you're gonna take a picture of basketball courts, soccer fields, hockey rinks, make sure that you do not take a picture from back here. Look at this. So, right here, you can see the fence. It blocks the whole picture. You know, it's not clear. You know, even if you take a picture and like say that there's like a sign right there, you know, don't have that in the middle. Because like this sign here, although it's gonna be there for a while, it can get moved from there to there. It has, when you take a picture of a sign for a Pokestop, make sure that it's gonna be there for a long time. And if you're gonna take a picture of any kind of sports field, make sure that you're inside the area, okay, not outside the fence. So you want to take a picture like somewhere like this. I'm sure you guys seen some Pokestop like that. You know, there's 2 rims. You know that this is a basketball court. Kind of gives you a idea of what's around the area. So it's not just like, say, a hoop or like, you know, a basketball court like down there. You get to see both hoops and the surrounding areas to help whoever is approving your submission get an idea of where it's at. The more clear the picture, the better opportunity you'll get to have your submissions approved. Now let's jump in deeper on the criteria of Pokéstop submission. So every submission goes through a submission rating from 1 through 5. 1 is rejected, 5 is approved, and the people who are approving your Pokéstop submissions are Ingress players. Once you hit level 12, you're eligible to join the OPR community, and OPR communities are separated into certain regions of, like, say for America or California, people in California or say even Nevada that's close by will be approving the Pokéstops location that you submit. People in South Korea will approve their own locations, so every region has their own OPR community. In addition to that, the OPR community are volunteers. They're not paid by Niantic. They kind of do it as they please. So some people want to do like 1 or 2, some people are really gung-ho and they go 10, 15, 100 portal submissions a day, and they don't get paid for it, but they do get badge points. It's just like Pokemon, it's just like the badges in Pokemon, but the difference is that in Ingress, you need to complete the badges to move up the level. And, you know, that doesn't mean that they're gonna approve everything, because the way how Niantic regulates the OPR community by, you know, just rejecting everything or approving everything, that multiple people that the submission moves through. I don't know how many numbers it goes through, but basically you get points by agreement. So if everyone follows the guidelines correctly, then they get certain points for having a submission approved or rejected. All your peers agree. If, say, you just approve everything and everyone just agree with you, then your point system will go down, or something will happen where it will flag Niantic to can also revoke your privilege to be a part of the OPR community. Although there is a woman that I found on Reddit that she says that she won't approve anything if it doesn't have a cross or church. At the time of this filming, they're still doing beta testing in Brazil and Korea, and my friend's cousin plays Pokemon in Korea, so I didn't get a video, but I did get a screenshot of how it looks like. So in Korea, at the time frame of this video, he got 7 nominations. That means you have 7 submission forms. New nominations may be available in 14 days. It changed a little bit. So before, it says that your submission can be viewed in 24 hours or something like that. It can be viewed as fast as 24 hours. It has changed. As expected though, because for the Pokestop to be approved for at Boone Park took about a little bit less than a month. And here is a difference from what we've seen before. In actuality, it shows the in-game map that you're playing on, and you kind of just move the little marker to where it's at. So it makes it a little bit more easier to submit it for the GPS location. Then you'll be guided to take the picture. And like I said, take a clear picture to show the area. For the person approving your gym location or your Pokestop submission, right away they get the screen that you see right here of the picture that you took, and then they ask them a question like, should this be a portal from 1 star to 5 star? And then it goes down to title. Is a title, a valid location where they can find it just by Googling it. Description as well, is it a valid description? If you just type in like Buddha Temple Shrine, you're never gonna find it, right? Is it visually unique? Watch out for spelling errors and grammatical errors as well. And then afterwards, what is most important that people don't realize is they have to be able to find it on GPS, on Google Maps, or whatever kind of search tool that is in your region. You know, so I was editing a video right now and I kind of just like found a interesting issue that you should be aware of when submitting your location. So Tim, he got this mural rejected because in fact I forgot the reason why. In fact, they don't give you a reason why, and I kind of just did some digging, and when I punched in the address that he put in, I couldn't find it. But then I noticed that some of the structures around it weren't built yet, even though it's been built now for a few years. And so when I tried to search for it by address, I couldn't find the mural because it hasn't been painted on the map, on Google Maps. But when I dropped my little avatar for Street View, it came up. And then I realized that when you type in the address for a location, apparently Google doesn't update that part as quickly as Street View. Because I noticed on top that when I search for it by address, it shows that the last time the picture that's associated with that address hasn't been updated since 2011. So something to be careful of when you submit location, and especially if you own a business. If Google doesn't recognize your business on the map, then that's going to be a problem for the OPR community when they try to search for your location based on the address or GPS coordinates. Because they're just going to punch it in. They're not going to go Street View and look around. They're just going to punch it in, and if they don't see the area, they don't see the area. They're going to move on. So the best thing to do is to download a Photosphere app and to submit that in as well. Could be a reason why a lot of people got rejected. So something to keep in mind. I literally just discovered this right now as I was looking for it as I'm editing this video. It's like 4 a.m. right now, and yeah, crazy find. Alright, this video is long enough. I think I explained this as clearly to my best ability. I can't tell you, it's probably my 6th time recording this video in the past month because it was so detailed and I didn't really know where to go about this and how to explain this clearly as possible, and I fucked up a lot because it's pretty technical to go through, and I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it wasn't too boring, and yeah, if it helps you out, let me know. Please comment below my video and let me know if you got your location approved whenever Pokéstop submissions gets released to the public in your area. Alright, but if it does, and if you like this video, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel if you're new, so you can catch up on everything Pokemon Go related, tips and tricks and news. I'll see you guys next time. There's the last hot sauce. Take care, peace out, and good luck. BTW, I'm still working on my lighting and echoing situation. I kind of ordered a few things online already, and this is how my lighting setup and my sound studio looks like. I have my futon that's out there, and I got my lamp that's LED lights. This is gonna be my next. This is gonna be my next light. My next light that I'm going to use. I just need to get a bulb, but it has cardboard around it with some tin foil and a coffee filter for the diffuser. But I'm gonna make a proper one right here later on, and I ordered some sound dampening cushions later on that I'm gonna put on the wall. But just want to show you guys how ghetto this looks. Yeah, it's pretty ghetto, but it's holding up right now. It's the first video I made with it, so hopefully it works out. And yeah. Hashtag ghetto fabulous. Hashtag broke. Alright, see you guys next time. Peace.